Hello, everyone. Welcome to Claret and Booze, the first daily ramble of the week. Football is back next week. It's back on Monday. We face off against Newcastle. So, yeah, we've had some time off. I recorded that show, brilliant show with Ryan. If you haven't seen it, it's quite fun. Really fun show to record. Actually, if you haven't seen that, go and give it a watch. It's good. We talk about. I don't know how we managed to do it, but we cover everything past. Feels like we spoke about everything there is to do with West Ham in an hour. There was no breaks. We was just bouncing off of each other. It was a brilliant show to do. But today there is some news that we're going to discuss. So I'm recording a ramble. So as always, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. It's free to do so. Hit the like button as well. That's the most important bit because it does really help us. Okay, so going to talk about Angel Gomes very briefly. I've seen some reports about this. Well, first of all, talk about the ITK thing. Right, there's a bona fide proven way of becoming an ITK in the West Ham world. And it's been established already. And that is because 99.9% of West Ham news is either false or it just won't happen. So it isn't false, but then you've got people like Sullivan and Brady running the club. We could be that close to getting a deal done and they'll miss out on the player. So if you take the tact of saying something isn't going to happen, I've spoken to my sources, it's not going to happen, your success rate and your hit rate is going to be really high. Really high. It's much harder to hang your hat on something where West Ham are concerned because of how shit we are. Right? So I'm going to put me out on for this. I am. We are less likely at this point to sign Angel Gomes than what we were 2, 3, 4 weeks ago when we absolutely had a deal agreed and on a table and it was not messed up by the intermediaries. The people that certain people are talking to are the agents that have been pissed off. So agents compete against each other. So when you talk to someone like Barry Silkman is going to slag off the people that he was pushed aside for to get this deal done because they don't like each other. They want their commission. That's what they want. So when you talk to so-and-so, they'll say the other people are terrible. They've done a terrible job. They should have got me in. They should have got me in to do it. And I'll come and sort it all out. That's what you're going to get. That's the angle you're going to get. Okay? So I do still believe that this deal will get done because West Ham have got an offer on the table. We have had for a long time. I think the only other club that do are Fulham. That's it. Angel Gomes is represented by his dad and his father. Always has been, but he was represented by Pini Zahavi earlier on in his career. And they fell out. Something bad happened. And what happened was where West Ham completely threw a spanner in the works. And bear in mind, West Ham were warned by the people that had done fantastic work getting this deal lined up. Don't get Pini Zahavi involved because Angel Gomes and his team don't like the guy. Well, West Ham just tried to they tried to do that. Pini Zahavi and his henchman Barry Silkman. That's what they tried to do. That sort of pushed it back. Then this intermediary managed to get it back on track again. The only people that have been fucking this up are West Ham. But it isn't dead, and I don't think we're going to miss out on it. It is, like I said, it is becoming less and less likely as we approach the summer because he's going to be available on a free, and then everyone's going to be looking at him. If we're going to get him, we're going to have to get him on a pre-contract. It's as simple as that. All right, let's take me hat off anyway. So I put me hat on, all right? I'm hanging my hat on it. There you go. I'm sticking me neck out like I always do. I'm not an ITK. I'll get information, and if I trust that information, I will share it with you, and I will stand on it as well. And I won't always be right, you know? Maybe I'll hardly ever be right. I don't know. But that is what I'll do. I won't come on, dismiss someone else's story to make a video, and then make a video. Because what will happen is, be prepared for this, by the way. And the story's already started. Expect a very creative narrative if all of a sudden certain people here were about to sign Angel Gomes. You're going to hear things like, West Ham swoop in with this person to save the deal. West Ham do this. West Ham do that. That's what will happen. They'll change the narrative out of embarrassment because they'll realise that they're wrong and that they've been led down a garden path the whole way because they're trying to be an ITK and they've got ITK credibility to care about. I don't fucking care about ITK credibility because I'm not an ITK. I'm a gossip. I'll get told things. If I believe it, I'll share it. It's as simple as that. I won't spin it. I won't come on here to try and squeeze out 2, 3, 4 videos out of one fucking story by saying that ain't right, that ain't right. This is right. Just keep you going back and forth. No, I won't. And I haven't got an issue with people that do that. But when you're doing that in a way where you're sort of throwing other people under the bus to make them look silly, well, look, eventually, when you do that, you're going to look silly yourself. You are. So that is what I've been told anyway. And I haven't spoken about Angel Gomes, by the way, with anyone for about a week. So I don't know. There might have been some other developments. So I haven't got a clue. I've kind of got bored with the whole thing, and I've had a week free of West Ham. But I put my hat on, didn't I? I think Angel Gomes is going to be a West Ham player. If I'm not, I'm not. It's fine. I mean, I won't eat my hat at this point. I would have a month ago. I'd have said I'll eat my hat if we don't sign him. But we've just left it so long. We have. So yes, that's my take on this. I don't know why the story is. I don't know why people have just got to do it. But like I said to you, it's all about trying to become a credible ITK. And if you want to be a credible ITK and you want a 99.9% hit rate, just dismiss every fucking West Ham story because hardly any of them come off. There you go. Right. Okay. On to other things. West Ham, they were going to remove concessions, weren't they? And they were going to raise prices. And they've led the fan base down the garden path. Hammers United have done an absolutely magnificent job in digging their heels in. But the club have, thankfully, gone back on this. Whether it was all planned or not, we'll never know. I'm starting to think it was, because in the week after, they've gone, I'll tell you what, we won't raise prices and we'll freeze concessions. You can still have your concessions, but we're skint. We're skint now, which means we're probably going to have to sell some players, all right, some big players. Because when you think about it, how can they charge more for less of a product? It's big players put bums on seats, especially in that place, because it's mainly fucking tourists. So they've got to retain and keep the season ticket holders that they've got. In fact, they've sent emails out to fans to say, if you renew early, this is how desperate we must be for money. If you renew early, by the 31st of March, right, you can have up to 2 extra seats and you can basically be moved and go wherever you want in the stadium. But if you don't renew by the 31st of March, then, we'll have to go to our imaginary waiting list. I mean, imagine if there was a waiting list. Imagine if you'd been on there 5-10 years. You're never going to get anywhere, are you? You're just not. But there isn't anyway. I mean, I'm sure there is a waiting list, but it isn't a waiting list. It's a dead list, So, yeah, that's effectively what they're doing now. They've come out and they've said, you renew by the 31st of March. You can have 2 extra tickets. Why do they need the money now? I mean, how desperate are we? Is this why we moved to this stadium? World-class team, world-class stadium, sort us all out financially. Have we got to pay the price for the fact that they don't know how to run a football club? Looks that way. Certainly does. The fact that they completely ballsed up the manager replacement in the summer, the fact they spent a load of money that they didn't need to, we've got to foot the bill. We have. It's our fault. And they expect us to trust them. No, not at all. This is not a Potter thing, by the way. I'm glad we've got Potter in now. He's going to be fine. He's going to be great. And I think he'll struggle to work with bad players, the same as any manager would. But we just got to hope that he has got some say. Him and Carl McCauley have got some say in the way that we rebuild this club. But I just don't have any faith in David Sullivan and Karen Brady. I really don't. And yeah, the whole thing just stinks, doesn't it? The timing of it. The timing of them. No, we ain't going to raise prices. You can keep your concessions, but we're skint. Now, can you renew your season tickets early as well? Why do they want to renew their season tickets early? Why do they want to get him in so quick? Why is that? Is something bad about to happen? Are we about to lose a big name or a couple? Is that what's going to happen? We're going to sell 2 or 3 big household names at the London Stadium, but it's too late because we've already bought our season tickets. What are they doing exactly? It's a bit of a worry. It is a bit of a worry. But look, anyway, I'm looking forward to a football-free weekend again. I actually am. I loved last weekend, and I've enjoyed this week. But I'm also looking forward to football coming back on Monday with no risk of having had my weekend ruined by West Ham before. It's a Monday. Mondays are shit anyway. Hopefully, West Ham will improve our Monday. Well, I quite like Monday nights under the lights Well, not. I won't be over there. I'll be watching it on telly from my sofa because I'm an armchair fan when it comes to home games now. But look, that is it from me anyway. I hope you have a brilliant Friday. Get down a pub, have a beer, have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you all soon. All right? Come on your once.